Good day, colleagues. My name is Krish Chetty, and I'm a researcher from the Human Sciences Research Council. Today, I'll be sharing findings from my study about how we can build partnerships between South African incubators and Chinese businesses. In particular, I'll share ideas about how AI can strengthen our connection and accelerate our economic growth. In South Africa, we often talk about our triple challenges: poverty, inequality, and unemployment. Unemployment is at the heart of these challenges. Without solving this problem, we are trapped in a cycle that perpetuates greater levels of poverty. Let me just share with you a few statistics to give you a sense of the scale of the problem. Firstly, as at the end of last year, our overall formal unemployment rate reached 32%, and among young people, it was nearly 61%. We also know the size of the informal sector across the African continent is estimated at 85%. These are generally survivalist businesses that have not yet found a path to formalization, nor are they able to employ staff and become the production engine that we need them to be for our continent. So the big question is, how do we build more sustainable small businesses? And how do we accelerate the growth of our innovative entrepreneurs? One strategy we employ in South Africa is to build our incubation sector. We see this as a pathway to sustainable growth, and we are also quite interested in understanding more about the Chinese system of innovation. Our incubation sector in South Africa is growing, but is nowhere near the scale of the Chinese system. The entire South African system does not even match the Beijing system alone. While in South Africa, we've introduced over 110 public incubators and plan to expand this to 270 in the near future, Beijing has over 500 incubators. The Beijing system has generated investments of over 30 billion renminbi, or 60 billion rands, in the last 10 years and has had great success in building sustainable companies. And in all my meetings with incubator CEOs in South Africa, the common message I hear is, how do they do it? What's been the secret? So the core of my presentation focuses on how we can practically share ideas between our countries. Specifically, I want to talk about 5 AI-based solutions that can allow us to share knowledge and do so in a way that is mutually beneficial to both our countries. The first solution I'd like to propose follows from the number one interest that South African incubators have. They want to learn more about how to build a successful incubation ecosystem. We want to learn about China's national system of innovation, and we need to do so in a way that can benefit the policymaker, the incubator CEO, the mentors, and the startups. And AI offers us a path to do so. If we take advantage of tools like Alibaba's Emo system, which was publicly released recently, we can build AI advisors that can teach South African stakeholders about the dynamics of the Chinese system. If one couples the Emo system, which allows you to create a talking avatar, with a customized large language model, we have the core components for an AI advisor. The next step involves populating the model with information about Chinese best practices, innovation policy documents, training materials, calendar information about upcoming expos, and contact details of relevant experts. And one of the great things about this is that we can populate this model with information in any language, and it can still be digestible and accessible by the user in South Africa. The next solution involves using AI to solve some of the soft analog challenges we experience. Generally in the past, language, culture, and distance have been some of the primary knowledge-sharing barriers preventing us from engaging more closely. We have different cultural norms which are not well understood, leading to miscommunication. But we've now entered into a new era where these problems can be overcome. One can use a custom AI model to act as a language translator. This service can be embedded in our online meeting platforms and can directly allow us to now communicate more clearly. We can use large language models to guide us in how we navigate business etiquette, negotiation practices, and our varied cultural norms. Much of this is possible today, but we do have gaps in our current AI models. We need companies like Tencent to build models informed by South African languages and accents. Their models currently lack data on these nuances, leading to mistranslations. We should also widen access to platforms like VOOV so that we can also have alternatives to the typical Western platforms. The third solution involves us more strongly integrating South African incubators into Chinese product supply chains. In South Africa, we've had some success in the automotive sector, which links an incubation program led by the Automotive Industry Development Center. This center is able to supply components as a tier one supplier to companies like Ford and Nissan, and they've mastered techniques such as the just-in-time production. And in this example, the incubator acts as an assembly point while also helping young entrepreneurs learn about the manufacturing sector. A similar model can be used to connect South African incubators to Chinese original equipment manufacturers. The big drawcard here is that there's a major incentive for Chinese businesses to follow this model. By allowing a South African incubator to take responsibility for product assembly and exporting partially completed products, the Chinese OEM can save greatly on import duties. And this model can be applied just about to any sector with a supply chain. However, managing a supply chain, particularly overseas, can be a complex endeavor. And AI now offers us a path to streamline or optimize the process. AI, through a large language model populated with Chinese company data, can help match businesses based on their needs and their expertise. AI can also help manage your inventory and your production scheduling and be used to monitor product quality. And this strategy can help drive sustainable entrepreneurship and provide opportunities for low-skilled work, which is desperately needed in this country. The fourth solution involves building AI-based smart business matching platforms. Due to the pandemic, several Chinese expos started building online business matching services, allowing one to connect with potential business partners in China. AI services allow us to now further develop these platforms with two key inputs. Firstly, an AI incubation sector focused large language model that's populated with current data about our businesses in China and South Africa will be ideal to find partners. And secondly, we need to develop AI survey agents, which can conduct online interviews via text or voice call. These interviews can be conducted regularly to collect and maintain a database of businesses, and this can be done at scale. In the incubation sector, data is power, and it drives your ability to build partnerships. There are also already companies like CChat, which are building survey agents which can drive a conversation. Replicating this in South Africa and China won't be too difficult, but one will need a budget to maintain the database and carry the costs for AI system usage. With this data, we can then connect businesses based on a variety of factors, be it shared interests, technologies, or market access, among other factors. And lastly, all of these services depend on our access to AI infrastructure. And AI depends on three inputs: the algorithm, the data, and the compute. The algorithm is now available from open source services or models that have been built in China. And we also then produce a wealth of data. But where we lack is the computing power that's needed here in South Africa. Presently, we're dependent on Western private centers for our AI computing power. But my proposal involves us investing in public AI infrastructure. Specifically, the incubation sector will greatly benefit from a public AI data center. A public center could offer more cost-effective services that could be directly offered to your SMMEs and your incubators, bypassing the costs that are associated with private subscriptions to tools like ChatGPT. And in these centers, we can directly influence the training data, incorporating information about our countries. And in the AI age, having control over the AI system will give you control over a key driver of economic growth and innovation. Interestingly, even the CEO of NVIDIA, the largest supplier of AI processors, has declared that all countries need to develop sovereign AI. And so this sovereign AI is what will give you control of your development so that you're less dependent on the Western AI private sector. Thank you very much. If you'd like to reach out, please email me on kchetty@hsrc.ac.za. Thank you. Bye-bye.